Wamuchomba power! Power! Wamuchomba TV! Wamuchomba TV! Jalala! Jalala! Power!
Amazing sana.
You know, everybody has been, a lot of people have been inboxing me, asking me what's the motivation going for this JKIA boy and doing a Christmas shopping for him, and giving him a treat. You know, I was once like him. I may not have walked in the streets of Nairobi, but I was desperate like him. I needed a helping hand one day, and because God gave me favor, I have to continuously give that to the community, and that is why I do what I do. Yeah, Henry is not the only boy I have taken care of. I've taken care of so many of them that maybe are watching me, but I don't do that so that I can win awards. I do that because God gave me favor and gave me an opportunity to be who I am today.
Good evening, you're watching Jamhuri Awards. We're here for the red carpet experience. I'm being joined by, the best performing MP currently in Kenya as well, the best MP in Kiambu, Honorable Wamuchomba. How's the feeling to win this award?
It is very humbling, and it only reminds me the work ahead of me.
The work ahead of you.
The expectations ahead of me.
This year, it has been very supportive as well, challenging for you.
Yeah.
Finally, you've managed to win an award. How was this year?
This year was the most difficult political year I've ever had. When I have struggled to live to the spirit of the Kenyan Constitution, and having been one of those that made the Constitution of Kenya 2010, I have felt like we are undoing the gains that we have had for the last 14 years.
The last 14 years.
So it's the most difficult year for me.
Very difficult for you. As well, what is the feeling to be recognized, appreciated, as the first, female to win this award, as the best MP we have in the country, as well as the best MP in Kiambu?
Being recognized as the best MP of the year in Kenya and in Kiambu, it's the most humbling feeling I have ever had. I never thought that Kenyans appreciate the kind of work that we have been doing, more so on the parliamentary watchdog and law-making aspect of parliament and the social justice aspect of it. I never thought that Kenyans keep record. I never thought that Kenyans appreciate the struggles. Today, I feel very humbled. I feel very, very, very humbled to continue serving and fighting for Kenyans' rights.
Yes, right.
And speaking the truth all the time.
And Mheshimiwa, talking of the struggles and hardship, most ladies give up easily.
Yeah.
Whereas for you, you just, you there boldly, you go strong.
Yeah.
How did you go about it? And also, who are you going to dedicate the award to?
I think as a lady, it's just one of those things that makes you feel like you have all it takes to do it like any other gender. When you fight it out and you win it, you feel like you have everything that is required to win. I want to dedicate this winning to my lovely mother.
Wow.
Yes, the lady who prays for me and wishes me well every day. I would also want to dedicate this win to my husband, Robert. He has been on my side. He has supported me. He has given me all a wife would want to become who I am today.
As well to Kenyans in the country for always supporting you online. Mheshimiwa, you've been very vocal on the social media platform. As well, you've touched so many lives. Recently, we saw an incident whereby one of the, a Gen Z, who was among the Kenyans protesting against the Adani deal, you managed to meet him, for the first time. Tulimwona amepanda ndege, ukakaa na yeye, take a wheel, take a step, kumbadilishia maisha yake when it comes to education. How is the feeling? What made you touch the story of the young man? Why are you supporting this young man?
Everybody has been, a lot of people have been inboxing me, asking me what's the motivation going for this JKIA boy and doing a Christmas shopping for him, and giving him a treat. I was once like him. I may not have walked in the streets of Nairobi, but I was desperate like him. I needed a helping hand one day, And because God gave me favor, I have to continuously give that to the community. And that is why I do what I do. Yeah, Henry is not the only boy I have taken care of. I've taken care of so many of them that maybe are watching me. But I don't do that so that I can win awards. I do that because God gave me favor and gave me an opportunity to be who I am today, so that I can be able to achieve. So I'm very happy.
And so let's talk about gender-based violence. A lot has been happening to women. What can you say about that?
There is a lot of activities happening behind the scenes, both reported and reported, on matters femicide.
Yes.
And like I've said it in the past, we have not done our best as lawmakers. We have not done our best as budget makers. We have not done our best as actors. And a lot need to be done. It is unfortunate that femicide cases are increasing in Kenya, and the few voices that were left condemning the vice are dwindling by the day. It is unfortunately we are retrogressing on matters femicide, and I think it's time for women to rise up and take their space rightfully and fight for the rights that are enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution. So I'm one of those that have been fighting against femicide, and I've taken a different route. I've also defended the women who are giving birth, and I want to recognize that even violence when women are giving birth, what we call OBV, is a form of new violence that leads to femicide. So I have been on the front line, and I'll continue doing what I am doing to save the women of Kenya and give dignity to women during childbirth. It must be respectable for you to give birth in Kenya.
Very true. Talking about giving birth,
Wamuchomba power. Wamuchomba give him. Wamuchomba give him. MP Jalala.
Amazing sana.
Thank you so
Talking
much.
about giving birth.
Address us, madam.
Haya, sawa mheshimiwa, nadhani uko na mashabiki wako sugu. Yaani inamaanisha kwa ground mambo iko sawa kabisa. Mtu wa ground siku zote. Mtu wa ground, mchapakazi siku zote. Talking about giving birth, we know very well for one to acquire a citizenship in this country is either by registration or by birth.
Yeah.
Recently we saw our PS talking about the issue of birth certificate doesn't guarantee you a citizenship in the country. What do you have to say about that?
It is very absurd that we can have a PS pronounce himself in that manner. I believe the Constitution is our baseline. What does our Constitution say about nationality? Anybody can have power today, but you cannot outdo the spirit of the Constitution. The Constitution is very clear. For you to get birth, for you to get a Kenyan status, what are the procedures and what are the platforms? If birth is one of those that are enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution, nobody can change that, no, unless we call for a referendum. So I think the PS is just playing his PR. He just wanted to be heard in the media. Yes, I'm watering down what he said because I think I'm the chair of the committee that oversees the implementation of the Kenyan Constitution in the National Assembly, and that's a committee that has in the past very dormant, now very active because I'm the chair. And the committee knows what we are supposed to do. The Constitution of Kenya is the baseline to deliver citizenship in the Kenyan soil. So anybody coming up with other stories, I think that is a story for another day. But we know what is going on. We know people are preparing to rig elections in 2027. We know people are planning various ways of making sure they denied some people some citizenship and also allow other citizenship who do not deserve. So we know those are political games that are being played so that people can play games during the oncoming general elections.
Come 2027.
Yes.
You mentioned about elections 2027.
Yeah.
There is a debate going online. We saw members of parliament in Muranga uniting. It was so it sent a message now to Kenyans.
Yeah.
You are in the right position to tell me if they're expecting any launch of a political party from Mount Kenya.
I may not be able to speak about political parties right now, But I can assure you that we are very pregnant. We are very pregnant, and once we are pregnant, we deliver.
You will deliver.
So Mount Kenya is very pregnant, and we are going to deliver soon.
And Madam, because we are coming to the end of the year, what will you say has been your highlight for this year?
For this year, I think for me, it has been a moment. I wish they can allow me to finish.
Maliza kidogo vijana. Asante sana.
Watu wangu naomba mnipatie dakika moja nimalize hapa. Okay. So this year has been a very difficult year. Noting that we have had no finance bill, noting that the finance bill that was presented was oppressive, was not the right document Kenyans wanted to see and to hear. So for me as a lawmaker and as a farmer, and especially a lawmaker who represents farmers and businessmen, it was the most difficult year for me. Trying to balance, trying to give government money, and also making sure that we protect the rights of Kenyans and we do not push them out of operations. So it has been a very difficult year for me. And what has moved me all this long is the fact that I believe in myself. I believe I understand the Kenyan Constitution. I read every bill in Parliament. There is no single bill that comes to Parliament without my knowledge. I sit in Parliament all through, and I close Parliament every day whenever I'm in Nairobi. I am the one, there are only two ladies I can confirm to you that closes Parliament every session. It is Wamuchomba and Millie Odhiambo. We close Parliament because we follow bills, we ask questions, we call for point of orders, we have read the standing order, and we have the women for the job. Personally, I am declaring tonight, for those who have been following me, thank you for your support. For those who have been supporting me, thank you so much. And I can confirm to you, not only by winning these trophies tonight, but I am the woman for the job.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. Thanks for your time as well.
Thank you so much.
One word, maybe a message to Kenyans and
to the Kenyans who are watching us and listening to us, I want to give you hope that all is not lost. We have a country to protect. We have a country to guard. We have a generation to mentor. We have parents to take care of. So all is not lost. Kenyans, please don't give up. Let us hold this country together. It is our country. We don't have any other. And let us guide ourselves, whatever we are doing, guided by the rule of law. The Kenyan Constitution is alive. The spirit of the Constitution is alive. We must make sure that in whatever we do, in governance and sharing resources of this country, we are guided by the rule of law. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa.